Hey everybody, welcome back to Exoticcar Playplace. You know what? I've been going through some comments here. I found some of the worst comments and some of the best comments, and I want to share that with you. Let's just go through it. There's a little bit of roasting, there's a little bit of fun comments, bad comments, and everything in between. I found some great ones. Maybe each and every one of you, maybe some of yours are in these comments. I found a whole pile of them here. Let's just get right to it. I mean, let's have some fun. Let's change it up a little bit. You know, every day we talk about cars and the good and the bad, but let's just have a few laughs. If we can't laugh, I mean, what can we do, right? So let's start with one of the worst comments and then we'll toggle. Why don't we alternate? And then, yeah, we'll finish off. We'll just see how it goes. Let's start with a comment by Winston Clark here. Says, "You are so pathetic. Stop pushing BMW. They are done after 5 years." Obviously in context of there must have been a BMW or two that I was promoting, maybe like a B58 or something, I think, in that video. And, yeah, I'm pretty pathetic. A lot of people say that, but, you know, I was just, you know, I don't want to constantly be BMW bashing. I think they've come a long ways and there's been some good efforts on their part to try to make some fun stuff that actually is a little better, like their new, you know, 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder engines are actually pretty good. So, yeah, Winston, thanks for that. I am being pretty pathetic, but hey, you know, there are some people that love the brand, some that don't. Anyway, goodbye to that. Another one. Let's see, what do we have here? Zarbon780 says, "It amazes me how people who know which car brands are unreliable still decide to buy one and then complain how unreliable the car they purchased is. I have no pity." And they're talking about my the C300, and we've talked about all the problems. It is funny, and you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm an idiot in a lot of ways. You know, I've always said this, and I've committed to the channel and to the viewers that I said, look, you know, I'm gonna own cars that challenges notions of reliability, durability, and why would I buy a Toyota? I thought, you know what, let's just do something that we know is gonna have some challenges. And a lot of the German brands are like that. So we bought it. You know, we liked the way it looked too, and it drive fairly well. So we thought, let's give it a try, see how it goes. And then there was another person, Trav Dean, says, yeah, exactly. That's why I stopped listening to this bloke laugh out loud. So they're not loving, apparently, the way I'm going on about BMW, but BMW's gotten a little better. All right, let's go back to another one here. This one is Smith Raymond. Smith Raymond says, "Is this guy reporting from the Arctic Circle? What the hell?" I know there's videos, and I think I was filming a video, and there was like a blizzard. There was snow blowing, hit me in the face, and it was absolutely chaotic weather. I was looking at that video, and it was, I was in a literal snowstorm. And you know, I've always promised that I would deliver content to the viewers, regardless of the weather, the conditions. I'm out there if it's raining, if it's pouring, if it's minus, 25 degrees, if it's a blizzard. I'm trying to deliver content in all elements. And I just do that because, I mean, we're not all working in a studio, and I think it's fun to talk when the wind's blowing you and your nose is red because it's so cold out. But yeah, thanks, Raymond. It's not the Arctic Circle, but it sure felt like that. All right, let's go. We have another one from Style Foreman. Says, "Life is too short to drive boring cars." Thanks, Style Foreman. I appreciate it. And see, we've got a lot of supporters on the channel, a lot. And we've got a lot in the membership program. And it just absolutely is so wonderful to have people that do support the channel. There's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of haters of the channel. And there's a lot of lovers of the channel. And I would say there's way more people that love my content, enjoy the content, like the candid and the candor that I deliver, the real, the facts, the truth, the details. I mean, there's a lot of marketers out there that do a great job of telling us how good their products are, and sometimes when you own it after 5-6 years, you realize it's maybe not entirely true. Paul CX4GM says, "The biggest joke is you, other than the Cybertruck, which is ridiculous." So if you saw a video of mine recently, and I featured, I think I started out with the little Maverick, and I talked about the Wagoneer Jeep, and I talked about a few vehicles, a Cybertruck. I was calling them kind of a joke because of they just felt like they were disconnected from, in my perspective was the value. The value proposition wasn't really there. It didn't feel like it was really aligned very well. And so I just wanted to talk about it from a perspective of not reliability, not of depreciation, but of where's the value of this vehicle, and have they missed the mark? You know, I talked about the Wagoneer, and it's a big lump of a vehicle. It's overpriced, and they're having a lot of problems with the durability of it. And we know a lot of that had to do with during the time that Stellantis took over and the outgoing CEO was at the helm. So, I consider them a joke, but apparently Paul thinks I'm a joke, so that's okay. Let's skip on. We have another one that says from Bruce Young 70 says, "Good show." Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate that. I really do, because as you can tell, there's a lot of lovers, but and there's others that maybe aren't as much. Here's another one. Let's do another one on the positive side, shall we? This one's from Luminary 2024. "I almost spit my food out laughing when he laid into Dodge like that. This guy is a Canadian treasure, dropping these truth bombs. Laugh out loud. Cannot deny the entertainment value of these creative insults and roasts." I love that, Luminary 2024. Thank you very much. That's what I try to bring. A lot of people think I'm being all serious. I try to add a little humor in there. I try to add some fun and some laughs and frivolity, just to make it light. The world is full of, a lot of serious stuff. And I think it's sometimes just nice to just kick our boots off and just enjoy and have a few laughs along the way and threw some truth nuggets in there while we're at it. So thanks there, Luminary. Let's X that one out. One more on the positive side, or you could take that for what it is. I took it as a positive. We have this Mysterious 48 says, "This guy looks like Christian Bale." I appreciate it. Good looking dude from Hollywood. I would say, I take that as a positive. Maybe not everybody does. I don't know, but that's fine. I can appreciate that. All right, let's go back to Curtis Johnson, 95 or 8561 says, "This guy is really out of touch with reality." I've heard that before. I'm out of touch with reality. I like to disconnect from reality. And I think we have to sometimes, right? Let's have some laughs and some chuckles. But thanks, Curtis. Yeah, I think there's times where I am disconnected from reality. And I wouldn't disagree with that. But that's what makes us who we are. And if we all wanted to be robots, just puking out information, then we would be AI generated, probably. But I don't want to be AI. I'm legit. I'm a real guy living, well, as close as it can seem to the Arctic Circle. Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate the comment. We have another one here, a great comment from Lou Janik, says, "Depreciation to choke a horse," is one of my quotes that I said in the video. Depreciate is enough to choke a horse. And then he says, "I don't even know what that means, but I laughed." I know I've said a lot of things like that. I've said things like roach-infested mattress. Take that, of course, with your roof rack. Dumpster fire on wheels. Trash bag on wheels. I've used a lot of those funny sayings, and some people like them and some people don't get it, but that's okay. We have another one, Bob Tolliger, who says, 359 says, "This guy with the ball tickler knows nothing about anything." Ball tickler. Ooh, okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Regina Williams says, "I love," before he goes over the video, he says, "Let's get into it now." Hear that before? Yeah, I coined that phrase, and it's just nice to kind of deliver into the video. I don't know, how did I come across that? I was kind of stumbling around thinking of a way to transition from, the hook, line, and sinker into the actual video content, into the branded intro. I had to think about something, and it just came to me. How it came to me was, I had my son out there, and he was helping me film one day, and we were filming the intro, and this goes back quite a while, because I've been saying this phrase for quite a while, and he said that. He said, "Hey, Dad, what are we doing? Are we doing this, or what are we doing?" And I basically said, "All right, let's get into it now." So the idea was, let's go film, right? I just said that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can we brand this? Can we make this more interesting? And that's where it came from. So thanks, Regina Williams. We have another one here from Chad Hare 1711 says, all the money this guy gets from YouTube and he can't afford to buy shoes. Some people crack it. You know what? A lot of people know on Retiree is Me. You know, that's one of my new channels that I'm talking about being retired. You know, a lot of people, you know, look at his shoes. You know, even when I was working, I kept wearing the same shoes over and over and over, and I'd wear them out. I get all the miles I could out of it because I'm cheap. I'm frugal. And that's why I talk about reliable cars. They matter because nobody wants to spend a ton of money on a junky car. But yeah, I think in that video, I was wearing flip-flops. And so a lot of times people see that. And I think it was a Maserati video there. Then I was filming this car and the car was so shiny, you could see through the reflection in that Maserati. Why? I think it was why are Maseratis so cheap. And then you could see my shoes in there. You look and you see my shoes down below in the reflection. And I guess that's where he got that from. So, you know, I love wearing flip-flops. We get winter so long here. It's 5-6 days, 5-6 months of the year. So anytime I can wear flip-flops, I do. So anyway, thanks for that. Definitive Energy 1878 said, just subbed here. This guy knows what he's talking about. Most Americans think a Ford is reliable. Big laugh at the end of his comment. Thanks, Definitive Energy. I appreciate that. And, you know, a lot of people, they try to fact check me. And there's a lot of people that call me out. No, you're lying. BMWs are reliable. Or, no, you're lying. The Lexus aren't having problems. And you know what? They try to call me out. But when you actually fact check, you'll find that I get my information either whether it's researched or whether it's, you know, comments from people I know or mechanics, others in the industry. I know a lot of people in the industry, whether it's salespeople, mechanics, truck drivers, tow truck drivers. I have friends that own multiple different types of vehicles. And I'm always putting out the feelers. If I hear somebody buys a new car, I always ask them, how's that car treating you? So I've constantly got a feel on almost everything out there. And I'd say I'm pretty well researched. So thanks there, Definitive Energy. I appreciate that. I also have owned, you know, almost 36 cars myself over the years. So I've had a real good taste on what works and what doesn't. Let's try another one. KMP 9232 says, this guy's a jerk. He probably lives at the YMCA. Oh, it's not even funny. I might look like the way I dress sometimes. Maybe it looks like I live at the YMCA, but that's not really funny there, KMP. There's a lot of people that are living there because they don't have a lot. I mean, struggles are real right now. If you look around, you'll find a lot of people are struggling just to eat, just to have a bite to eat. Anyway, enough about that one. We have another one here. Ricardo Hernandez, ZL3UG. This guy is so good. I watch him and I'm not only in the market for a new or used car. So he loves watching my content. Clearly, I appreciate it, Ricardo Hernandez. That is awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. And see, there's lots of comments like this. You know, Ricardo's comment is one in which it's coming from a place of support. And I really, really do appreciate that. Because a lot of people find my humor. They get my humor. And it's a dark humor. Do you remember? I mean, there's always comedians out there. You know, you think of some of the comedians that you looked at back in, you know, many years ago. Newhart was one of them. He had a very dry humor. Monty Python was a very dry British humor. And I like to think that a lot of my humor is dry. I don't, you know, get the big laughs and the hill. But instead, you know, I like to make, you know, kind of these little under the breath comments that if you get it, you get it. If you don't, well, you missed it. But a lot of humor buried in there. And thanks, Ricardo. I do appreciate that. And thanks for the support. It means a lot. So let's go another one here. Stephen Weiss, 2148, says, this guy went to the same acting school as William Shatner, Captain James Kirk. Hey, we're both Canadian. Thanks, Sir Stephen. I appreciate it. I don't know if that's good or bad. But, hey, it's party time. P-A-R-T-Y, because I wanna. All right, let's move. Next one here, we have another negative one. You could say negative. Doctors S, 5317. 2 days ago actually said, no, it's not 2 days ago because by the time I film this and edit it and upload it, it's going to be a lot longer. But this looks like it went back on February 25th sometime. A video that Dr. S said, I try to avoid fast talkers. So I'm assuming he's implying that I'm a fast talker. I've been accused of talking too much, talking too fast. Sometimes I trip over my own words and I end up landing in a snowbank. Yeah, no, I've had that, and I appreciate it. Sometimes I do talk fast. Sometimes people like me to slow it down, and sometimes they say I talk too damn loud and I'm annoying and obnoxious. And thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, let's skip to another positive one here. We have Thomas Penfen 6649 says, holy, need to keep this video for future of buying new or used. Yes, thanks. Thanks so much there, Thomas. I appreciate that because that was a great video. It was very popular. I was actually talking about some of the worst engines ever made, and it was a pretty comprehensive list. Some of the usual suspects that I talk about all the time, but there's some in there that you'll only find certain markets. Like there are certain cars in there that you can't find in the US. You might find them in Europe, in other markets, maybe in Asia. So I really went into an in-depth list of some of the worst engines that you'd find in any, in any vehicles today or, 5, 10, 20 years ago, the worst engines in history. I do appreciate that, Thomas. Thank you very much. And do be sure to give it a look. It's a fairly recent video, so you might want to take a look at it. I filmed it here in February of 25. So go take a look and maybe post that one on your, link it. Maybe put the link, the URL in your save, so that if you ever want to do some research, you want to make sure that you avoid maybe a used car with some bad engines, that might be a good place to go. So anyway, thanks again there, Thomas. And guess what? We have another one. This one is Lytle Bell. Lytle Bell. Thanks, Lytle Bell. 638 said, thank you, appreciated. You are welcome, Lytle Bell. I appreciate you and supporting the channel, coming in and taking the time to write a comment. It does mean a lot. Appreciate it. And it's more examples of this that I see the support building, the inertia, because I'm here for you guys. See, a lot of you, like a lot of these comments are great. They're positive, but the ones on the other side aren't. But why would you take a shot at me when, if you think about it, I'm here to advocate for the buyer, not for the dealers. See, I'm trying here to say, look, these are junk cars, these are good cars, these are good bets, these are bad bets. You may not love my delivery, but I'm trying to give you some good information that you can go out there and hopefully not get ripped off by buying the wrong vehicle. So that's kind of the idea. That's what I'm just trying to do. I come from a frugal background. I come from a farming background. I hate wasting money, and I certainly hate seeing other people waste their money too. So that's why I talk the way I do, and that's why I deliver the information that I do, because I'm advocating for you guys, the viewers. So here we have another one. Beef Change 1. Have a great week. Gives me the thumbs up. Thank you very much, Beef Change 1. I do appreciate that. That's another great supportive comment. And we have yet another one. Lovely Breaking Waves. Lovely Breaking Waves at GU2CV. Love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. Well, I thank you very, very much for that. And so those were just some quick comments I want to blast through. As well as always, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please be sure to do that. And if you want to join the membership program, you're going to see what's going on in the background of ECPP. Because only in the membership program will you have access to see what I'm doing, my personal life, a little bit more about my own vehicles, and I'm sharing that information with the members. I'll also answer all your questions that you may have, technically or otherwise. Hope to see each and every one in the next one. See you real soon. Bye-bye.